Greetings and salutations, one and all. Welcome to the end of the night shift. As in the end of the night shift week. Not the end of the night shift, but the end of the night shift week. It's Real Talk Wednesday. How you doing? Glad to have you. I want to say big ups to each and everyone locked in right now. Those on TuneIn Radio, those on the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew at the home of the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew, kevinstew.com. Those on PEMG TV and affiliates. So glad to have you. Couldn't do it without you, and you have my word. I would not even try. Kicking it up a little Trinidad Parang.
I love the Jingle bells. I love the Jingle bells.
This is the part of the song that I really love. It's nice and all to have the traditional songs going on. But this part right here.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh.
And then we'll go back to normal.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Look me dashing through the snow on a one-horse open sleigh. All the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells and bobtails ring, making spirits bright. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a sleigh in summer night. Jingle bells.
You know, this was one of my favorite Christmas carols to play
Oh, what fun it is to
while doing caroling with the Salvation Army.
jingle bells.
As a brass player walking up and down with a big old tuba.
Oh, what fun it is to ride.
You'd think that wouldn't be fun,
Hey,
but it was really fun.
Jingle bells. I love the jingle bells.
Before I get too far in, I want to say thank you to my segment sponsor, Pulse Media Group.
I love the jingle.
When being in the moment is priceless, give them a call. They provide innovative streaming and recording solutions.
Walking down this
Number to reach them 754-999-6020. They can do everything you see right here on kevinstew.com and more.
voice of a little boy.
You want to stream an event,
As he strolls
a seminar, church service,
those
party
feet,
on a secure platform?
he continued to
Give them a call.
read.
If you want to take it a step further and have your own internet TV station,
Tell Santa Claus,
you can talk to them about that too.
Santina for me,
754-999-6020.
please. And I've no
Or check them out on pulseemg.com. Tell them DJ Kevin Stew sent you.
Hey. Mama, drink if you're drinking.
Yeah man, just drink a rum. Want to say big ups to those locked in on Facebook Live.
With your light to join,
Remember, it's only temporary.
I'm over here.
So that link that you see in the description that says kevinstew.com,
And for the Christmas, I hope every
go ahead and click on that.
come and join the chorus.
It
'Cause
takes you straight to the website and to the broadcast that is live.
this is Christmas.
And you can participate in the stew pot.
I say drink if you
The stew pot is what others call a chat room, but because we're fancy over here on kevinstew.com,
this Christmas morning.
we call it the stew pot. It's where we keep things interactive and bubbling. No need to register for anything, no need to sign up. You can remain anonymous, or you can change your name.
Get them. Wine if you wine it.
Of course, you're encouraged to keep it respectful because this is where you come to have acceptance through enlightenment.
But don't drink if you try.
You know what my job is, right?
Drink around.
It's to stimulate your appetite, not to satisfy your hunger. So tonight I ask a question. Why are people happier at Christmas?
This is Christmas morning.
And you know, there are actually some experts that say, yo, listen, you know, this is a real thing. The whole everybody is much happier at Christmas thing. It's a real thing. And like, okay, so why is it a real thing though? Yeah, it's all good and well to say it's a real thing, but why? And that has always been one of my things. You know, has always been, I guess it's one of my vices, it's one of my strengths at the same time. Why? I'm just curious to know why. Now, according to Insider.com, they say save the occasional Scrooge. Well, except for the occasional Scrooge, most of us look forward to the holiday season as colorful lights, begin to line the streets, and stores become crowded with holiday shoppers. We start referring to the Christmas spirit and the holiday cheer. Well, not so crowded this year as in years before, but still crowded shops. But are we really and truly happier during the holidays, or are we just dazzled by the decor? Some researchers and psychologists think there is proof that holiday cheer is real. Now, for starters, when you see pictures of Christmas decorations and Christmas time, what comes to mind? What kind of emotion is it that you experience? Hal, big up your status, brethren. How you doing? You know, what comes to mind when you see pictures of Christmas? And we know not everybody celebrate Christmas. We know that. As we talk tonight, if you want to share your opinion, share your views, feel free. And you can call in and do so. The number to call, number to text, number to WhatsApp. If you're overseas and you can't just call directly, you can WhatsApp call me. 773-789-STEW. That's 773-789-7839. The number is right there at the bottom of the screen. See it scrolling across? Yeah, right there. So, if you felt happier when you looked at a Christmas picture, whether it be a Christmas tree, presents under a tree, snow, Christmas lights and decorations, whatever it is relating to Christmas, if that makes you feel happier or maybe even joyful, then scientists claim that is evidence of holiday cheer. Researchers believe there is proof that we are in fact happier around the holidays because, well, I guess I should specify the Christmas holidays, because we can get joyful just by looking at pictures that depict holiday themes. All right. So here comes Kevin, the one that always asking why. So if looking at pictures of Christmas trees and snow and lights and presents makes you feel happier because it's the holidays, pictures of summer should do the same thing. Pictures of spring coming out of a winter should do the same thing also. Pictures of the awe of the colors when fall rolls in and the leaves start to change. If you live in that part of the world that happens, that should also create some happiness and joy, right? So if that happens, then why is it only at Christmas that there is holiday cheer? Feel free to comment in the stew pot. I do encourage it. And those of you listening on Facebook Live, you can comment there until we are on Facebook no more. I do encourage you guys to share with your friends, your enemies, friends of your enemies, and enemies of your friends. In a 2015 experiment, Denmark researcher Brad Haddock showed two groups of people, those who celebrate Christmas and those who don't, images of holiday themes as they underwent a brain scan. The front of the brain lit up for those who celebrated Christmas as the holiday images flashed before their eyes, showing that there's a holiday spirit network in the brain. You know, give some scientists an experiment to do and they will call it anything. Hey Dorothy, How are you? It's been a minute. Please tell Desi hey, big ups for me. Enough love to her for the season. Um, Happiness is something that is definitely difficult to measure quantitatively. And when you start to quantify things like happiness, then you've gone to another level. But Haddock is saying it is difficult to measure quantitatively happiness. But the study does fit with the idea that thinking about something can elicit an associated response because it was a response to images of Christmas, not really Christmas, that we used as a stimulus. So it's about the images and not the time of year. So if we show pictures of carnivals and ice cream and balloons and confetti, then that should also promote a warm and fuzzy feeling, shouldn't it? So why then is it that it is so different at Christmas? Anyway, they go on. In other words, just thinking about the holidays or seeing festive imagery has a positive influence on our emotions. This is especially true for those who celebrate Christmas and associate happy memories with the holiday. Well, we associate happy memories with other times of the year too. Hey Colleen, how you doing? Happy joyous season to you also. Some stories try to tap into this innate happiness by playing Christmas music, not stories, some stores, my apologies, by playing Christmas music earlier and earlier in the year. And they do this as a strategy. It is to basically saying that if you hear the music while shopping, it will trigger positive emotions. Those positive emotions will prompt you to buy more. It's like walking through the food court of a mall and you smell all this food. You're encouraged to get food. You know, it's stimulating the senses. So, likewise, there's proof that people who put up Christmas decorations earlier are happier than those who don't. All right. There are currently no Christmas decorations in my house. I lie. There's one sock. No chimney in my house, but there's a sock up. And it doesn't make it any different for me because in my house there is happiness all the time. We don't just wait for Christmas to be happy. We're happy in my house. And that's just how it is. So is it that we as a society are depending on stimulus by way of the media and commercialization in order to promote happiness and cheer and people being nicer? What is it about the Christmas time that people end up being nicer? In a world full of stress and anxiety, people like to associate the things that make them happy. And Christmas decorations evoke those strong feelings of childhood. Psychoanalyst Steve McEwen told Unilad, saying, apparently holiday decorating brings up feelings of nostalgia, whether it be reveling childhood magic reliving childhood magic or compensating for past neglect. Only at Christmas though? And I keep coming back to this part because I am stuck on that. Forgive me, but that is where I am stuck on. Dr. Patrick Keelan, a psychologist in Canada, told Insider that The reason for cheerfulness around the holidays goes beyond just decorations and imagery. In fact, he said people feel happy because it's a time that emphasizes family bonding versus any other time of year that doesn't. Birthdays, um, weddings, anniversaries, these things. Um, Tuesday. I don't know. So it's only at Christmas that families bond? Christmas and Thanksgiving? Seriously? Holidays allow for people, many people, to have more enjoyable social interactions with friends and family. And positive social interaction is a robust predictor of better happiness, he said. Dr. Keelan goes on to explain that some also feel cheerful around the holidays because it's a time to celebrate religion and spirituality. Okay. Now, do I want to get into the religion and spirituality bit? Because we know the two are obviously not the same. So, do we even want to get into that? Because the whole idea of a religious component of Christmas seemed to be pushed to the side. And the myth of Christmas is on the front burner. That's at the forefront. The Santa, the flying reindeer, the elves, the gingerbread house. I don't know. It's just seems to be the thing that comes up at Christmas. But all these things that speak to Christmas are at the forefront. And the birth, for those who are Christian and celebrate Christ, the birth of Christ that is celebrated at Christmas time, because let's face it, we know Jesus wasn't born in December. We know this. Right? So not it. Boy, I won't get into it tonight, but check it. You can go check it yourself. Hey Marva, how you doing? I know you're staying healthy for Christmas. Maybe I should have had you come talk about the Christmas eatings last night. But psychologist Dr. Pamela Rutledge told Insider that holiday cheer is not a guarantee. I guess this is where the Scrooge comes in. While most look forward to family time and gifts, others who don't have a close family are often bogged down by what the holidays are supposed to look like. The holidays often create unrealistic standards about what the holidays should be like, and that can amplify feelings of anxiety and depression. Okay, so now we're getting to the reality of it all. She explains that for those who don't feel an innate holiday spirit, they should adjust their expectations and try to focus and appreciate what they have. All right. So, Colleen, you're saying you're a Christmas crank. Okay. Mariah Carey's Christmas song is one of the wickedest Christmas songs ever. Can I tell you? I absolutely love that song myself. Honestly speaking. Absolutely, positively just love it. And I heard a remix, I heard a DJ do a little mix using Mariah Carey's intro, the Christmas song intro, and Soulja Boy. Really cool. Really, really cool. He really inspired me. But that song makes you want to run through a wall like the Kool-Aid guy. And, I get it. Hey, Melissa, how are you doing, my sister from another mister? I'm about to jump off Facebook Live in just a moment. Christmas was never really about religion or spiritualism. It's about the dollars. Okay, Marwa, now we're talking. So the commercialization of Christmas really is what is promoting the emotion. Well, in my opinion, I truly believe it's the commercialization of Christmas that promotes this kind of emotion. Because if your family is getting together on a regular, you notice they said Christmas, the holiday time, is a time when families get together and have fun and share gifts. And if you and your family get together on a regular for no reason, let's say every month the family gets together, that is something to look forward to. That is something that would promote happiness in your family. So when Christmas rolls around, what would make that so different? The only thing that I see that makes it different is it's one of those times of the year that children are on holidays and the families get together as with children being out of school and not worrying about staying up too late because they have school the next day. But that can happen on the weekend. Because on a Friday, a family can plan to get together because Saturday they don't have to get up early and then worry about homework. The family all chips in and help the ones in school with their homework, the younger ones with their homework to get through the weekend, and you have family time. So the whole idea that Christmas is where all the nicer things happen and all the family joy and cheer, that is a time of year that exists. There's more to it than that. So, and there has to be more to it. My question is, why is it at Christmas that people are so nice? Why not all year round? Because these are the same people that are not so happy some other times of the year. And it is really interesting because at Christmas time, it is when there is less sunlight. Well, in this part of the world, anyway. There's less sunlight. There's more, because you have shorter days. And in the places that have snow, there are darker days. So we all know that the sun itself encourages better feelings because of how light works with the human body. We're not going to get into the details of it, but we know. You even sharing the song, Colleen? Seriously? But the idea, and I spoke to someone today, and they mentioned, Christmas it's just that time where you get to share gifts, and the whole idea of going out and buying a gift for somebody is so exciting. And really, is it? When you're not really sure if you're gonna make your bills, and if you can't make your bills, and you do just make your bills, but you don't have enough left over to buy those gifts, how depressing that can be. Because now you feel like you let down someone. Family member, friend, child, somebody got let down because of the expectation of Christmas. Is that really that happy? We're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, we're going to talk some more. Call a friend, tell a friend. It's Real Talk right here on the Night Shift to DJ Kevin. So we're asking the question, why are people nicer at Christmas? And, of course, this will take us a few places, but we're asking the question nonetheless. 773-789-STEW gets you in touch. 773-789-7839. You can call, you can text, you can WhatsApp from anywhere in the world. Of course, you can Skype me also if that is the means that you want to get in touch. Kevin.stew is a Skype handle. Really easy. And of course, DJ Kevin Stew at gmail.com is the email. Go to kevinstew.com for the remainder of this broadcast. Those of you on Facebook Live, thank you. Much love. If you can't come over, I understand. All the best to you for the season. We will speak one more. We will see each other one more time before the year is out, but not before Christmas comes. So if you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas to you. See you guys over there on Facebook Live. It's all over to kevinstew.com from this point on. We'll be right back.
Pulsey Media Group, innovative streaming and recording, has done it again. A new way to get your business in full view of your neighborhood consumer through AdShare TV. It's available in your neighborhood today. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. Become a host today and place a TV monitor in a strategic location so it's easy to see. Get a 1-minute video ad or longer that plays anywhere in our network. Can't be a host? No problem. For a few dollars, we'll run your 30-second video ad. A host can run announcement specials like buy one get one free or discount ads. Let's turn your flyers into a 30-second video with music or a voiceover, or let us create and run your video ad with a spokesperson. Take advantage of our early enrollment discount. Join us today. Your ad will be seen at least 30 times per day in your AdShare TV neighborhood. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. AdShare TV, part of Pulsey Media Group.
Imagine having our own Caribbean Center.
Imagine a museum highlighting our history and the contributions of Caribbean people to the world.
Imagine being able to visit and learn about the islands we call home.
In a place where our kids can see and feel their cultural heritage. You can make this vision come to life.
Help us create this first-of-its-kind space
that all Caribbean people can be proud of. Your contribution to Island Space Caribbean Museum will help this dream come true.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe and donate today.
It takes an entire village to raise a child. Hello, I'm Paul Campbell, here to talk about Palace. Peace and Love Academic Scholarship. This nonprofit group supports students facing serious obstacles from entering or continuing their studies, not because the grades are failing, but due to the lack of financial support.
Over the past 8 years, Palace has awarded 600 scholarships valued at approximately 50.3 million Jamaican dollars, or 415,000 US dollars.
Together, we must build a better future for our children. Please visit www.palace1.org and make your donation to brighten the future of a deserving child. Palace, preserving young minds for posterity.
Greetings and salutations, one and all. You're invited to tune in to the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It airs on Mondays with Community and Finance, Tuesdays with Healthy Love, and Wednesdays with Real Talk from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. Come spend some time interacting in the stew pot where we keep things bubbling and wind down in musical therapy. The night shift with DJ Kevin Stew is on kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.
Hey yo, this is Caraman to let you know that right about now you are logged on to DJ Kevin Stew on the night shift. Don't move.
So, here I am getting caught up in some other things and not realizing, hey, Kevin, you know, the whole commercial thing is gonna run out in just a moment. Okay, let's fix that. This is where we play a tune to come back into the broadcast, yeah? Alright, so let's go ahead and play that. Just kicking it off with Korik, his rendition of Give Love on Christmas Day.
All we need is love.
It was some comments that I was reading that really got me distracted, you know.
Special gifts, taking time to be kind to one another. It's that time of year when good friends are dear, and you wish you could give more than just presents from the store. Why don't you give love on Christmas Day? Christmas Day. From the man who has everything, he would be so happy if you would bring him love on Christmas Day. Christmas Day, no greater gift is there than love. People you don't know, smile and say hello. Everywhere there's an air of Christmas joy. It's that once a year when the world is sincere, and you like to find a way to show the things that words can't say. Why don't you give love on Christmas Day? Christmas Day. The man on the street and the couple upstairs, they all need to know there's someone who cares. Oh, give love on Christmas Day. Hey, hey. No greater gift is there than love. What the world needs is love. Yes, the world needs your love. Why don't you love on Christmas Day? Christmas Day. Underneath every Christmas tree should be piles of loving for you and me. Give love.
I want to say thank you to Althea and her Healing Heavenly Hands for sponsoring this segment of the broadcast. Althea SU is a licensed massage therapist that comes to you with 20 years experience. Brings her table, has her oils, and of course her Healing Heavenly Hands. Althea serves the Broad County area, North Miami-Dade, and South Palm Beach counties.
He would be so happy if you
Give her a call, 954-655-9000. Or email her at thealater@att.net. That's THEALATER@att.net. Outside of paying her, she really asks that you get off her table when she's done and go sleep somewhere else. I know that for a fact because it is something that I do. I pass out on that massage table. So what the world needs is love. Is it only at Christmas time that we can have this love? How does that go? Just when I jumped off Facebook Live, Marva said, "We've been brainwashed. I stopped celebrating Christmas 8 years ago after questioning it for years. People have suggested that we're not Christians because we don't celebrate Christmas." Go figure. All right. So, Marva, I have to touch on it at this point. And thank you for making it over, MJ. Glad you could, sis. And before I get back into it, for those of you who don't know, Melissa Jane, you all need to know her. Those of you who are tuning on Facebook Live, just go ahead and click on her name. And your lives will change from that point on. I guarantee it. Millie, are you doing a show tomorrow? If you are, in fact, I'll even allow you to call and give us what you have planned for tomorrow. Um, just coming up, well, when we come back from the next break. I want to say big ups to Marlon also. I didn't big you up at the beginning, did I? Sorry, brethren. Host of Real Rockers. Real Rockers happens every Monday and Wednesday on several platforms, including Reggae Global Radio, where Marlon is the managing director. Big ups to you, sir. Welcome, my brother. And this show, Real Talk, is also known as Marlon's favorite show. So whether you see him in the chat or not, it's his favorite show. It's his favorite night shift show, to be specific. His favorite night shift show. Not his favorite show. His favorite night shift show. So, big up Marlon. Now, alright. So, going back to Marva's comment. People are going to say you're not Christian because you don't celebrate Christmas. Okay. What do these people know about what Christmas is? Christmas is only really and truly about, supposed to be, about celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. Now, it is not to say that that is a time that Christ was born. It is to celebrate the birth of Christ. Now, if you choose to not celebrate it the way the rest of the world is celebrating it, where it has been commercialized, does that mean that you're not celebrating it? I don't know where people get off because telling people that they're not doing something right because they're not doing it the way that they who are pointing the fingers are doing it. You know, that baffles me. Not to say that I wasn't one to do things like that before. I just don't do things like that now. Because, again, I have been enlightened. And the motto on kevinstew.com is having acceptance through enlightenment. So I have accepted the fact that Christmas is not all about the fact that Christ was born at this time. It's about the fact that Christ was born. That has, over the years, somehow changed little by little and become more about giving gifts and Santa Claus and reindeer, and I don't mind it being about sorrel and rum cake. You won't get me objecting to it being about sorrel and rum cake. As a matter of fact, for those of you who wish to send me some sorrel and rum cake, you can go ahead and text or call me at 773-789-STEW so that we can make arrangements for me to get that sorrel and rum cake. That's 773-789-7839. Don't be bashful. We'll talk about it. Just call me and we'll talk about it. All right? So, there was an article that was published back in 2013 and updated in 2014 talking about Christmas and why only joy for Christmas. Good question. And it reads, Christmas is easily considered one of the happiest times of the year. Everyone gives presents to everyone else. There are beautiful decorations in homes and stores, and everyone is generally nicer this time of the year. Some people live for Christmas and all the treats and joy it brings. But I think we've lost sight of what Christmas meant originally. This is the writer's views. He goes on, Maury Rosenbaum, that's his name. At the time, he was a senior at Columbia Prep in New York City. And he goes on to say, Christmas is the Christian celebration of the birth of Christ. It was created to memorialize the day in which the Christian religion, Lord and Savior was born, making this a very happy time for Christians. But since then, Christmas has become a little different. To avid Christians, Christmas is still very much a religious holiday, but ever since the real depiction of Saint Nick, pom pom pom, aka Santa, in 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, written by Clement Clark Moore in 1823, Christmas has changed significantly. The focus of Christmas really shifted from celebrating the birth of a savior into a mythical figure flying around in a sleigh to give the good boys and girls of the world presents while they sleep. The contrast is a little shocking, but accurate. As a child is in a blended family where Christmas and Chanukah, mixed together, Christmas was the absolute best. Treats almost wherever, free gifts, and giving gifts was easy because you weren't expected to pay for what you got people. As I've gotten older, I've noticed how skewed this rendition of Christmas is. Just what we're talking about, right? The moment Thanksgiving is over, Christmas seems to have permission to begin. For example, Black Friday only exists to give shoppers the chance to buy for Christmas gifts a month in advance, and on a big sale at that. But wait, Thanksgiving just ended. So if people started buying Christmas gifts a month in advance, that means that Christmas has turned into a month-long ordeal. Which leads to the next point. Christmas has turned into the act of buying people presents to show that you care about them, but there are so many more meaningful ways to tell someone that you care. Yes, they are. Sure, there are plenty of presents that have a meaning behind them that is certainly amusing and fun, but I can count on one hand how many times I've looked back on those presents and used them, which shows that there's so much stigma to buy people presents. Nowadays, it's nearly impossible to pass the holidays and not buy your friends a present. It's the kind of forced joy and caring that bothers me. This was a teenager at the time writing this. And why not be bothered? And he goes on to say, don't get me wrong, I love the fact that for a single month, New Yorkers become decent people because the holiday season almost forces them to, compared to the other 11 months. All right, pause. Compared to the other 11 months. At Christmas time, people in New York become nice people. Because they're spending money? I don't get it. So, because the focus is on material things, people become nicer. Because people can possibly get something material, they become nicer. Let me tell you what Christmas for me as a child was. It involved visiting nursing homes, children homes, prisons, and hospitals. Every Sunday. At least 2 locations, depending on the size of the location. This is what happened every Christmas. So for me, the joy came in giving my time to provide some live music. Because although it was a church activity, I was a musician. That was what I was doing. I was providing music for some people who didn't get a whole lot of visitors on a regular. And here it is again, limiting it to a certain time of the year. Now, there are groups in the church that would go regularly to these locations. That was their ministry. But on a whole, the number of people that went out to these institutions The number of people that showed up and said, hey, you know, you're remembered at this time of the year was more. Now, what if it may never happen, but what if that were to change? And instead of limiting it to the month of December, that is something that is done, let's not go overboard with it, let's say every quarter. If every quarter people get together and exchange gifts, if every quarter people get together and show a little bit more love, if every quarter people just decide that they're going to decorate their homes in a particular way, wouldn't that be the same thing? Okay, let's even take it a step further and commercialize it. If every quarter there is a grand sale, shouldn't that make everybody happy all year round? At least 4 times a year versus 1? Shouldn't that make people nicer at least 4 times a year instead of 1? So what is it about Christmas time that makes people nicer? We still are yet to figure it out. And I don't know if we will actually figure it out as we talk tonight. I don't know. He goes on to write. The writer goes on to say, if everyone could make more of an effort to be a nicer person every day just by doing simple deeds, like holding open doors, giving $1 or 2 to those who need it, or just giving a little less homework over the break. Of course, this was a student, so he has to toss in this, something like that. There would be a stigma to be kind all year round. Not only will this improve society and how we treat each other, being nice during the holidays would feel much less forced, but more natural and enjoyable. Now, I'm going to confess, whereas I saw this article when I put it to with the information that I wanted to present tonight, I didn't read through the whole article. But this is pretty much the question that I'm asking. Why is it limited to Christmas? Well, it is one of the questions I'm asking. Why is it limited to Christmas, and why does it happen? Why is it that the different music starts to play on the radio and a different feeling? Because just like Colleen said, you know, Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas, that song is like one of the happiest Christmas songs I've ever heard. But there's other feel-good music. Don't Worry, Be Happy is one of those feel-good music. It's one of those songs. And there are 3 Little Birds. China Nicole has a song, Nyan Bingi, that kind of paints the same kind of picture, a similar picture to the 3 Little Birds. Listen, I don't know about you guys, but I question this whole concept of being nicer at Christmas and giving love for Christmas when this is something that you can do all year round, and we should be encouraging all year round. So those that don't have family members, they should only feel that they're someone and they're loved one time for the year? Is that how that goes? Would you want to feel loved only one time for the year? Would you only want that people are kind to you or nice to you one time for the year? And this is probably why the whole decorating and all that, for me at Christmas, I used to look forward to it. As a matter of fact, growing up in Jamaica, there were occasions when we would take out the tree, and then there were occasions when we threw away the tree and we didn't use the tree anymore. Because what we had started doing was, there was grill work at my house. We would use the lights on the grill and decorate the grill and make shapes and spell words, and I was doing that as a child. And we looked forward to it. Now, my family, we weren't wealthy by any stretch of the imagination. So the whole gifts giving thing, it happened less often than it did. So it was one of those things that wasn't a focus. One of the big focuses for Christmas for me was that ham. The ham, the sorrel. And there was a bottle or two of sorrel that would be put away. That one would get opened somewhere around Easter. And you'd have to drink it in small portions, because by this time it was stored with rice in it, so it would have fermented and not be juice anymore, but something else, a little sorrel wine. You pop the cap and you go, tss, tsh. Yeah, one of those. Hey, cuz, how you doing? And that was what I looked forward to at Christmas. And then there was a little breeze that would roll through Jamaica called the Christmas breeze, because now we were getting the some of the cooler air that would come off the Arctic and roll through the United States and come down to the equator and cool things down just a little bit. So Jamaica had moments of Christmas breeze. And in Kingston, that you could feel the difference. And much like in South Florida. And with that, it was a very different experience. It wasn't about the gift giving. And in my case, my family, we got together every weekend. We'd go grocery shopping as a family. So the whole idea of buying things in bulk and then we get to the house and that gets split up. When I say we, I mean the adults in the family, because I was still a child at the time. And we would break bread together. And we're talking about 3 families, sometimes 4 families coming together that one day. I have a pair of twin aunts that lived in Portmore, just walking distance from each other. Identical twins. And they would jump in the car, come on over. My uncle would jump in his car, another uncle would jump in his car. In fact, those of you who were listening to Desi on the broadcast a couple of weeks ago would hear him mention my uncle, that uncle. He would also come over, and everybody would be at the house. This was something that happened regularly on the weekend. So for me, Christmas happened pretty much every weekend, because my cousins would also come over and we'd run around in the yard and we'd have a grand old time. So when Christmas rolled around, family getting together, that was, it was just whatever. It was something that happened. And it was the norm for us. Then I got a little bit older, and every time a holiday would roll around, we would do it in a different fashion. Now we're meeting to have games night. And we would have food, and we'd play Scrabble, and we'd take the Pictionary and make it into Actionary, and it's kind of an advanced charades. And we'd have teams. And to this day, we talk about some of those memories. We don't talk about the memory of Christmas getting together. We talk about the memory of games night getting together. So we had that love all year round. You want to tell me that we should only give love at Christmas time? Why? We don't. What kind of community are we looking to build when we reserve being nice and loving and caring? We reserve that for Christmas time. How does that work? We're going to take another break. And when we come back, we wrap up all of this. MJ, are you doing a show tomorrow? Please let me know. And if you are, just give me a call and we can start the next segment with the information about that. All right? So we're going to take a quick little break. And when we come back, we talk a little bit more. Matthew 28:19 says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." With this in mind and encouragement received during a South Florida media conference, The Church Links was birthed. The Church Links is an interdenominational worship service portal for churches, providing the tools to spread the word through technology in a cost-effective way. The Church Links, www.dahchurchlinx.com. Your links to worship and praise.
Today in school, I learned a lot. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me. In English, I learned that I'm disgusting. And in physics, I learned that I'm a loser.
Today in school, I learned that I'm ugly and useless. And in gym, I learned that I'm pathetic and a joke. In history, I learned that I'm trash.
Today in school, I learned that I have no friends. In English, I learned that I make people sick. And at lunch, I learned that I sit on my own because I smell. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me.
In biology, I learned that I'm fat and stupid.
In English,
And in math, I learned that I'm trash.
the only thing I didn't learn in school today.
The only thing I didn't learn today.
The only thing I didn't learn
is why no one ever helps.
Kids witness bullying every day. They want to help, but they don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov. A message from the Ad Council.
A social distancing tip.
While the CDC urges you to avoid close contact, like hugging or shaking hands, there are other non-physical ways to say hello. Wave, wink, use sign language, salute, smile, give the peace sign, throw up an air high five, do jazz hands. Remember, stay a minimum of 6 feet or 2 arms length away from others and stay home if you can. For more info, visit coronavirus.gov.
Let's all do our part because we're all #AloneTogether. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse eMedia Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse eMedia Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulseemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse eMedia Group, when being in the moment is priceless.
Hey, I'm representing for DJ Kevin Stew, working on the night shift. The night shift radio show won't go changing like the weather just to please the devil never. Will DJ Kevin Stew sell his soul? That's a word and honor. It's Christine representing word and honor. Celestia DJ Kevin Stew.
Christmas I come, me want to go home. Christmas I come, me want to go home. Christmas I come, me want to go home. Christmas I come, me want to go home.
So many years and not one Christmas. Not one Christmas. I say lawns get manicured and
The sound of Malachi Smith. Miss my Jamaican Christmas. I miss mine too.
Rome free, playing marbles and dandy shandy. The pot of bubble on the fire, domino and bus up table. Red stripe a flow like love. Vintage sorrel and ginger, and a little Christmas tree decked with warm glows in the window.
Christmas a come, me want to go home. Christmas a come, me want to go home. Christmas a come, me want to go home.
I want to say thanks to my segment sponsor, ReggaeGlobalEntertainment.com. Reggae Global Entertainment will be your booking agent, handle your tour management, take care of your graphic design, copyrights, publishing, trademarks, business registration, legal service referrals, marketing and promotion, music production, and so much more. Give them a call, 954-998-8034, or check them out online, ReggaeGlobalEntertainment.com. Red stripe of flow like love. Seriously, Malachi. Alright, MJ, I got you. So I was just told that I probably answered my own question. I just got a message. People are happy at Christmas because they have happy memories putting them in a good mood. The good mood rubs off onto others. All right. And this is what I am saying. Is it only at Christmas time? Is it only in December that people experience this good mood feeling? Is it only at that time of the year that people get that feeling that they should be nice and they should share and they should give gifts? Do you actually really need a reason to give a gift? You know, so this is what I'm getting at. Because yes, December, Thanksgiving, November rolls around, and people start planning for Christmas. They're not planning to say, all right, we're gonna go to church on this day, we're gonna go to church on that day. If they're religious, they're not planning that this is the end of another quarter where they've been doing this thing that they do every quarter. Remember, I said that earlier. That this thing that gave that feeling of love, gave that feeling of belonging. This one health and society scholar from Robert Wood Johnson. Matt Killingworth is his name. Killingsworth said, as part of his research, he's collected data from more than 20,000 people who report how happy they feel at randomly selected moments during daily life. These data reveal that we actually are happier than usual on holidays. In fact, Christmas Day, though not celebrated by everyone, is the happiest day of the year by a significant margin. Thanksgiving and New Year's Eve are not too far behind. While it is easy to call to mind spoiled children fighting over toys or distant relations making awkward conversation, the holidays are, relatively speaking, quite happy. Now remember, I said this was something that happened just about every week for me as a child growing up, with family members coming together to go grocery shopping and then making it an evening of dining together. And then we wait until the next time it rolls around. As a matter of fact, Christmas, you heard me mention looking forward to sorrel and ham. Christmas Day was a very quiet day in my household. The day that all the celebration and the partying happened was actually New Year's Day. So now family members that didn't normally come around on the weekend would join in. This was the time again, Christmas time would be the time of year that those who lived overseas would come into Jamaica. So now, yes, they're around for Christmas Day, but typically we celebrated Christmas individually. And again, Christmas morning for me was one of those mornings that I got up early, not to open presents, but to go to the University Hospital of the West Indies and play my tuba. It was the largest Salvation Army visiting event of the year, pretty much. Because it wasn't just a regular band that played. It was pretty much the brass band of the Salvation Army in Jamaica and much of the Caribbean that was at University Hospital this Christmas morning. And I did that for years. So what other people knew as celebrating Christmas, that was not what my experience was. The funny thing is, we did a very similar thing at Easter time. We would visit nursing homes, children's homes, prisons, hospitals. We would go to these places. Quite the very same way that we did it at Christmas, we did it at Easter. But Christmas was a little bit different and a little bit bigger. Another thing that happened for me at Christmas was, again, still with banding, caroling. And we would go to the strip malls. We would go through communities. And we'd be playing, we'd go this traffic light, not this traffic light, this street light. And we'd walk another 5 or 6 street lights down, and we'd stop and we'd play there. And we'd walk another few street lights down, and we'd stop and we'd play there. And we would collect money that we would use to help to buy things, to provide for needy children, the same ones that got visited in the Easter. It went to the work of the Salvation Army. And that again was something that I collected to give. So for me, Christmas was yes, about giving, but not giving the way that in the US people see it as. It's very commercialized. It's very what's the word I'm looking for? The authenticity of the expression of appreciation and love and care seems to be rooted in the tangible, and less so in the emotional ties and bonds that we have formed over the years or the months or however long you knew individuals that you considered to be in your circle. So it became about gift giving and less about love giving. And I guess that's why people are nicer at Christmas, because they want to get a gift. That's pretty much what it boils down, as I look at it. That's what it boils down to. People are nicer at Christmas because they want to get a gift at Christmas time. Because The ones that get snow, they don't have much reason to be much nicer because they have to get up in the morning, shovel snow, or make their way through the snow to get to wherever they need to go because work continues. Somebody has to do the work. Somebody has to clear the snow. Somebody has to salt the roads. That doesn't seem like much fun. I lived in Chicago for a year. I did 2 consecutive Christmases in Pittsburgh. It's cold. It's wet. It's snowy. Sometimes you sit inside and you look out and you see the snow and it looks so awesome. But it's great when you don't have to go out there. But then when you do have to go out there, that's not fun. So what is it that does the happiness thing? And then right after that, that's not when the winter really hits. The winter really hits shortly after. So the look of outside remains the same for those that are in the snow, that the places that get snow, the more frigid regions. So the days look the same, white. But after that first week in January, when you have those white days, you don't have that same feeling. You're not that nice person to your neighbors anymore. Because the Christmas music stopped playing. So for me, my deduction is it's only because people want to get gifts that they're nicer. Again, when I was growing up, I got ham, I got sorrel, and I got to look forward to that ham bone come New Year's when that soup is made. That gungo peas soup that is made with the ham bone. And it's not made for New Year's Day. New Year's Day is a whole different feast. And I remember I discovered I was allergic to shrimp on a New Year's Day. Because we'd have shrimp, we'd have lobster, we'd have chicken of various styles, we'd have ham. We didn't have turkey. We didn't do turkey. We had ham, chicken, fish, shrimp, lobster, vegetables, potato salad, sorrel, some rum. It was there. I wasn't getting much of it as a child, but it was there. That was Christmas for me. And New Year's. Well, that was New Year's. That was the big celebration. Christmas was quiet at home, and we chilled and watched TV all day. Watch the Christmas movies, and my sister and I would fight over our mother. That's it. And we'd watch the Christmas lights flicker. And we always had a fish tank, and we'd watch the fish watch the Christmas lights. That's it. And then we got older, we would go onto the plaza and do the Christmas Eve window shopping. Window shopping was a big thing for me and my cousins, and not shopping, window shopping. We just went to the plaza to just look in the stores and just walk around. That was a thing. But because we met every weekend and we had that togetherness time and we had that love and it was different for us, I guess. So, in my opinion, is it possible for us to have love all year round and give this Christmas love that we give? Is it possible to do that all year round? Yes. Do we only give love at Christmas on Christmas Day and at Christmas time? No. Should we? No. We should do it all year because we have the capacity to do it. But I guess it's the commercialization of it that makes it popular and dictates how we live our lives, right? We depend on what is said by a social, well, we didn't have social media. Some 15, 20 years ago, there was no social media to be living by like this. But apparently social media dictates everything now. So I don't know how it comes into play here. But my suggestion is that we use it to get together once getting together becomes okay again. Because right now, getting together is not okay. It's all about virtual getting togethers. I won't get started on that because that's another show. That's my health show. So that's a Tuesday night show, yeah? And we do healthy love. But not to take anything away from anyone. Yes, give love at Christmas, but don't leave it there. Carry it over into the new year. Don't let, because February brings Valentine's, it comes back. You should be loving on people around you anyway. So March and April and rolls around and it's spring, you're still giving love just like it's Christmas. I'm gonna do an experiment for the year 2021 and play Christmas music randomly throughout the year and see what happens. I'm not even going to hide. I'm telling you right now, this is what I'm going to do. And if I don't do it, remind me I said I did it. I said I was going to do it. Because I want to see if the night shift family members are affected any differently when they hear Christmas music and it's not Christmas time. Let's see what happens. If any of my DJ friends or broadcaster friends want to get in on that, I'm all for it. Let's do it. But I know I will be doing it. Because I love all year round. It's no different for me at Christmas time. End of story. This is Maurice Gregory.
I can still remember the 25th of December.
It's called This Christmas.
Open up my eyes to jingle bells.
Brand new Christmas song from him.
The night before, so anxious, I tried to stay awake, but my eyes wide shut, I fell into a dream. Made all my plans for the special day. Things I would do, things I wanna say. Yeah, feel the Christmas in the air. Yeah, share all the gifts with everybody, spread some cheer. Yeah, I see the Christmas everywhere. Yeah, Christmas. Yeah, and happy it's Christmas. I have now awakened. I just stand up and waiting for everyone to gather around the tree. I want to see if my wish was anywhere on my list. I hope it's somewhere hidden beneath the tree. Made all my plans for the special day. Things I would do, things I wanna say. Yeah, feel the Christmas in the air. Yeah, share all the gifts with everybody, spread some cheer. Yeah, I see the Christmas everywhere. Yeah, Christmas. Yeah, I'm happy it's Christmas. Have a Merry Christmas.
Now, don't think that I'm not gonna play Christmas music.
Feel the Christmas in the air.
There are many that they don't feel that love, they don't feel that joy unless they hear Christmas music. And I'm cool with that.
I see the Christmas everywhere. Yeah.
I'm gonna play some for you guys. This one is called This Christmas, Maurice Gregory. There's another This Christmas that I want to play for you.
Yeah.
This is G-Mac. His rendition of This Christmas.
All the mistletoe, I'm gonna get to know you better. This Christmas, and as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together. This Christmas, fireside is blazing bright, and we're caroling through the night. And this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Presents and cards are here. My world is filled with cheer and you. This Christmas, and as I look around, your eyes outshines the town they do. This Christmas, fireside is blazing bright, and we're caroling through the night. And this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Shake a hand now. Shake a hand now.
The piano stylings of Miss Joanna Marie. Yes, Joanna Marie.
Fireside is blazing bright, and we're caroling.
I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to my segment sponsor singing this song right now, G-Mac Music Solutions. Yep, same G-Mac. G-Mac Music Solutions brings your event to life, providing sound, light and stage production services, musical equipment, PA systems, audio engineers, DJs, bands, singers, musicians. Give them a call, 754-307-4622. Quick way to remember it, 754-307-GMAC. You can also check them out online, gmacmusicsolutions.com. You can do your online shopping there from there too. So if you're looking for somewhere to get a gift for me, go GMAC Music Solutions, do your online shopping there. Send me a message and let you know how to get it to me.
Some people forget about what Christmas is all about. It's about joy and love and giving. Silent nights, holy nights.
This is China Nicole working out with Althea Hamilton and Samuel Grant. Their rendition of Silent Night.
So tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace.
Of course, you can catch China Nicole on the brand new Island Worldwide.com.
Silent night, holy night, shepherds wait at the side. Savior is born.
As we close out this night shift week in our musical therapy, Sam Grant, Althea Hamilton, working out with China Nicole, their rendition of Silent Night. This is Mr. Vegas.
Merry Christmas.
It's called Last Christmas. How was your last Christmas? What happened?
This is the fiesta.
I don't know who you want to give your heart to. Don't you have use for it? Or are you giving it away? This is Ambelique. Maybe you don't want to give away your heart to someone like this.
Like my baby's love, like my baby's love.
This rendition I've never found to be a girl.
Oh, shut up in my bone, shut up in my bone. Ain't no lonely day, ain't no lonely.
18 minutes to the top of the hour, 18 minutes before I get out of here for this week. This Christmas week.
I know the girl's alright, I know the girl's alright. 'Cause I ain't never found me a girl to love me like you do. Oh no, to love me like you do.
Yeah, I never found me a girl to love me quite like you.
No man, ain't no man.
And I'm cool with that.
Got a little woman like me. You've got all the loving heart. One sweet girl can claim. One sweet girl can claim. Every poor boy's dream. And every bitch makes bright. I don't need money, hon. 'Cause you're always there. You're always there. Say I ain't never found me a girl to love me like you do. Oh no, to love me like you do. Oh no, babe.
This is Howard Perry working out a novelty. Howard's rendition of Walk On By. Yeah man, that girl, you don't want her to walk by at all. Well, maybe you do. Watching that departure, boy. Woo! Sons of Maestro. Sleigh Ride and Jingle Bell medley. This is the sound of dangling. I know MJ really loves this one. It's called This Lifetime. One night MJ played this song about 12 times, boy. Do remember to join me this Saturday, 8 p.m. till 10 Eastern Time on ReggaeGlobalRadio.com, where I do the Saturday Stew. 2 hours of music. It's like a weekend music therapy. Yeah, MJ, this one was just for you. Not that I plan to play it or anything.
Won't be enough to give you all this love.
And as we wind down to get out of musical therapy and the night shift week, just a little bit of an instrumental ease. This is Joanna Marie, Somewhere Out There. Out of this week, and we get to celebrate with our families, whichever way you celebrate Christmas. I do encourage you to look out for members of your community, and your community is not just the development that you live in, it spreads far and wide. Those that you pass on the bus, on the plane, on the boat, on the train, whether you walk, ride, or drive, these are members of your community. Do something good for one of them today, because you never know who's going to do something good for you tomorrow. My name is DJ Kevin Stew. This is how I like to do it to you, for you, and with you every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday right here on the night shift of DJ Kevin Stew. And I wish for you a special, extra special week as you contemplate this Christmas and Christmases to come. Season's greetings, many blessings to you. We do it all over again next week, and we get to look forward to the new year. But as we get out of here, I give you new music from Tamara B. It's called Child of the King.
When things seem wrong, like you can't hold on, just lift up your head and know you're strong. There may be times you think you won't make it. Just be strong. Oh, I know that I said I'm a child of the King. Yes, I'm a child of the King. I know that you may not see or won't believe.
I do encourage y'all to be good. But if you can't be good at it. Good morning, good afternoon, good day to you wherever you are in the world from right here in South Florida. I bid you a good night. Catch you Saturday on ReggaeGlobalRadio.com for the Saturday Stew.
I said I know I got the might, I got the mighty power, and it lives within me. I got so much light, I'm gonna shine it all over. I know, yes I know, that I'm a child of the King, yeah.
One and all, you're invited to tune in to the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It airs on Mondays with Community and Finance, Tuesdays with Healthy Love, and Wednesdays with Real Talk from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. Come spend some time interacting in the stew pot where we keep things bubbling and wind down in musical therapy. The night shift with DJ Kevin Stew is on kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.